Hey, internet friends, cousins, and scoundrels. Welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Pull up a chair, honey, and let's have a chat. And since the algorithm really likes it when you interact with the content, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe since you're here. Now I ain't gonna hold you. Let's get right into this.
Can I say that production for this show is bogus? Because we were teased by this clip only for it not to be aired. Who is making these decisions? This honestly is one of my pet peeves for the show. They always do this. They show you a trailer and then never air the clip from the trailer. It's so bait and switch. Anyway, we pick back up with Tisha still acting an ass, and this time we see Nell and Kimmy calling it out. Nell tells Tisha point blank to her face that she's doing the most and that she's been around her drinking before, and this is not, is new for her. She's never seen her act this way. So for her, it's not the liquor. And that's exactly what I said in my last video. We have seen these ladies drink and party, but we have never seen Tisha, or any of these women for that matter, act out while drinking. Just have never seen it in all of the seasons of this show. Literally, that has never occurred. Now, not saying that it couldn't, just saying that we've never seen it. And even Nell isn't convinced that Tisha's, totally drunk. And as they go back and forth and back, Kimmy and Trish seem to be amused by this exchange. But Stormy and Mel are not. In fact, Stormy starts to gather her purse up to throw on her shoulder because she's like, let me get the fuck up out of here. And Mel, Kimmy, and Trish follow suit. Now, I think that deleted scene was right in this space right here because we cut to Nell and Tisha sitting on the sofa talking. Nell is still trying to get to the bottom of Tisha's aggressive, wild, loud, uncouth behavior because honestly, Nell is genuinely puzzled by Tisha's actions this evening. Tisha goes on to tell Nell that she wasn't going to fake the funk and that she's going to be direct from now on. And Nell tells her she gets that. And hell, it's not too much to ask people to be direct, honestly, right? I actually prefer it over, breaking out my crystal ball and trying to read your mind or the tea leaves. Listen, just tell me so that we can discuss the issue, honey, and let that be the reason, okay? Anyway, Nell tells Tisha that she too can be aggressive at times, but she's always calm when she does it. What? Now, Nell, I was with you up until that point. Now, that is a contradiction. What the hell are you talking about? Because you're either calm or you're not. What does aggressively calm look like anyway? Can somebody explain that in the comments? So, we finally get down to it, right? And Tisha tells Nell that she is upset because she says that people sent her a conversation where Nell was speaking with some people who said that they were upset because Nell was hanging out with her. Oh, Tisha, if you're going to be direct, can you also be truthful too and just say that you're scrolling IG? And the agreed consensus was that people were leery of the friendship between you two because they know your history, Tisha. People know that you are, or rather, you have portrayed yourself to be a jealous, spirited woman. And people see Nell and Mel as friends. So you wanting this close relationship with Nell seems a bit odd to a lot of people, honestly. Especially being that Mel and Nell are supposed to be really close, right? Again, it seems odd, and it doesn't feel like the connection between you two is authentic or organic. It seems like you only want to get close to Nell in order to taint the waters or cipher information from her. I don't see Tisha trying to get close to Shanita or Lauren. Do you? Shit. Now, Nell tells Tisha that she doesn't care about what people said. In fact, she actually tells her that she doesn't give a fuck. But it's really Nell's response to the comments that has Tisha in a tizzy. I guess when people asked Nell why she was hanging out with Tisha, Nell simply answered, "I'm her mentor," and left it at that. So Tisha asked her, why would you do that? Why would you tell people you are my mentor? You're not my mentor. So Nell was like, you just sat here and said I was tonight. And Tisha was like, well, I was being funny. So Nell says, well, no, I am. So now I'm confused. Is Tisha Nell's mentor or not? What the hell is going on here? Here we have another set of women who don't understand where they stand with each other. They don't understand the basis of their relationship, right? Here's Nell saying, I'm your mentor. She's thinking that they have a mentor-mentee relationship. And here's Tisha saying, no, we're budding, a friendship here. We're two people getting to know each other on a deeper level so that we can be friends. Why the fuck don't these two women know what the fuck they are to one another? Or maybe they do, and production is just trash, right? Maybe there is some context clues that were left on the editing room floor. I mean, hell, they didn't show us this scene that they teased us with. So if you want me to speculate, which is, I guess, that is what they want the audience to do, is to speculate, I believe that Tisha used this mentor relationship as a way to get close to Nell. Tisha really isn't interested in being mentored, right? She just needed a way in that would make sense and not be so obvious. Not look like she was really trying hard to be Nell's friend. So she's coming through the back door, if you will. And if Tisha's true intention and her goal is to be Nell's friend, then she's pissed that Nell only sees their interactions as merely a mentor-mentee relationship versus two women on the cusp of a budding friendship. And not only does Nell feel this way, she's vocalized it publicly, right? Now, Tisha tells Nell that she didn't like that the fans were dictating who she could talk to and be friends with. And Nell stops her, right? Nell tells her she wasn't finna do that fan shit and she can talk to whomever she wants. Now, Tisha's like, well, you should have said that. You said you were my mentor, and that's all you said. And Nell was like, well, what the fuck did you say? You in them comments. Hell, why didn't you say anything? And Tisha says, I don't address the haters. And Nell says, but you want me to? And Tisha says, I don't want you to, but you did. You did. You said you were my mentor. You didn't say you were my friend. And I feel like pulling my eyebrows out because Tisha, you're whining like a 15-year-old girl. It's literally like you're a 15-year-old girl trapped in a grown woman's body. Honey, grow up. Okay? Grow up. If you felt that strongly about it, and if Nell was lying about being your mentor, then why the fuck didn't you drop down in those comments and set the record straight? Right? Didn't you say you were being direct? Instead, Tisha goes on to tell Nell what she should have said, right? Saying that she should have told this person that me and Tisha are forming a friendship and y'all ain't got nothing to do with it. Again, Tisha, why the fuck didn't you just drop down in the comments and say that yourself? Makes no sense, right? And again, Tisha yells to Nell, we are not a mentor-mentee relationship. We are forming a friendship. That's the difference. Listen. Now, Nell is, gathering her thoughts. You can see that. And I guess she is searching for her calm aggression because you can tell that she wants to pop off, but she's holding it back. And it appears like she's biting her tongue too. After all, the scene of this crime is her birthday party. And this is literally the second time in her life she's ever had a birthday party. So I can see Nell not wanting to get herself all worked up about what this bitch is talking about. Like, seriously, fuck out of here. So Nell says, I'll tell you what. Anytime you have a problem with me, do like Mel and knock on the fucking door. Now, why did Nell say that? I know that triggered the shit out of Tisha. Being told to be like Mel? Hell no. Tisha's been trying to copy that blueprint since season 1. And since that shit kept failing, she's moved on to copying Stormy. Literally caught copying and pasting that girl's entire company policy from her webpage. And verbatim too. Including the name Canvas Beauty. Girl, boo. Tisha really has no shame. She just hates Mel so much that even the mere mention of her name sends Tisha in a tailspin. In a nutshell, I think that Tisha is afraid that her plan to befriend Nell isn't working up until this point. And that's pissed her off, right? Nell even asked her why she hadn't said anything up until now because it had been months since that post, right? And Tisha was like, well, I was waiting until I saw you. Really? You let months go by regarding something that clearly bothered you so deeply to the point that you are throwing a 2-year-old temper tantrum at this party? So clearly, Tisha, you've been faking the funk. You know the thing you said you weren't going to do? Otherwise, why not speak up, right? And sidebar, Tisha really needs to be thankful that these women have so much restraint and patience because she put her hands on Nell multiple times, even though she knows that her touch was not wanted. The way Tisha pushes Nell's arms down would have ended this conversation for some people and derailed it for others. So Tisha should really be thanking her lucky stars that she didn't end up seeing some that night. Now, while all this is going on, Stormy approaches Marceau because she wants clarity and she knows she's not going to get it from Tisha, right? Now, she had not had any interaction with Tisha since the reunion, and apparently the interaction she did have with Marceau was decent, so her and Courtney didn't think there was still any ill feelings or any issues between them. And honestly, that's because Courtney and Stormy were Gucci. And instead of giving Tisha and, Marceau a Gucci bag to show they were cool, like Stormy did with Destiny a few years ago, she extended them an invitation to their Lovers and Friends gala. And hell, maybe Tisha wanted the Gucci bag. Shit, maybe that's why she beefing with her. Hell. Unfortunately for Stormy, Marceau starts talking in circles because I honestly believe that he knows they're cool, but he still needs to justify Tisha's behavior tonight, right? Again, I think this was a plan. Anyway, Courtney's facial expression speaks 1,000 words because he's peeping the bullshit that Marceau is spitting out. Courtney turns to Stormy and basically says, look, baby, we're not going to get the truth. Honey, he's supposed to back his wife. That's what he's supposed to do. You're not going to get anywhere talking to Marceau. And Marceau knows that the last time we all saw each other, it was all good, right? And on another note, I really like the way that Courtney supports Stormy. He really backs her and he's in her corner. It's nice to see it, actually. And that's why I liked Lou, because of the way he really backed and supported Tiffany. The Scott men, Martell and Chris would never, okay? Anyway, Courtney is like, look, okay, if there was some bad blood or we thought that, it wasn't going to be good, we wouldn't have invited you to the party, right? He tells Marceau that. So if there is a problem, you all have it because we don't have a problem, which is why you all got the invitation. So knowing that, are you good with coming? Now, this is man to man, okay? And again, Marceau can't just be honest and say, no, we aren't coming. In fact, we got beef. We up in our feelings. It's up and stuck. He wants to joke around and be immature because Marceau and Tisha in real life don't have any issues with Stormy, right? And since Stormy didn't take the bait that Tisha was putting out, she really wants clarity because she didn't come here on one or trying to start shit with Tisha. And the truth of the matter is, Marceau is actually unprepared on how to answer them directly. You see, there was no plan B if none of these women took the bait, right? They really thought that somebody in this group of ladies would have taken the bait and pounced, guaranteeing them a solid storyline for the season. But instead, they've only managed to make Tisha look unhinged. This was a horrible plan. Now, the next day, Tisha and Marceau are in the kitchen, and he's scolding her about her behavior from the night before. And to me, this shit just feels phony. Sorry, it does. Listen, we are all accustomed to Marceau pulling Tisha's coattails in the moment. He doesn't normally allow her to have a good night's sleep before chastising her if he was really displeased with her behavior. So I don't feel as though this scene is genuine. And by the way, you know how I said I had a theory about how Tisha is studying other reality shows for a personality reference? Well, I think I may have found her inspiration. Enter Candace Dillard Bassett from the Real Housewives of Potomac. Candace is feisty, snappy, and she will get at you, then break out her triangle tissue and dab her tears. When Tisha pulled out that damn triangle tissue, I was like, okay, so you're going to be Candace this season?
Will the real latishascott please report to the front office? Latishascott, to the front office, please.
Have we ever seen this woman? I mean, has anybody ever met the real Tisha Scott? So tell me, do Scott's 1.0 have a storyline this season if they can't get it popping with a cast member? Or do you think they're going to lean heavy on the mellometers are bothering me angle in order to supplement the fact that they don't have a storyline? Drop down in the comments and let me know what you think. Again, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, bet you know now.